This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Masters of the Universe, the Powers of Grayskull, Red Shadow figure, the warrior in the Iron Mask. This was, of course, a Club Grayskull exclusive, and I did not buy it right away. I actually waited on this one because I figured he'd be sitting there for a while, because who the hell knows who he is, you know? So why go for him right away, because probably nobody else was going to. Or I shouldn't say nobody else, but most people weren't. So I held off, and then I got him like during the sale. I also got the Masterverse Moss Man with him. So on the side, we see kind of a G.I. Joe style headshot here with an unmasked head, and it kind of looks like he's got a bloody maw there. Muzzle. And on the other side, we see him full body shot where he's wearing the Iron Mask that we heard about. I don't know why I said it that way. I just did. And then in the back here, we see some nice artwork of him fighting against Drago Man, who was designed by Super 7 back during the Classified Classics era. Duh. And some other character that I have no idea what he is, but it looks like he's wearing the same logo as Drago Man. And the entire feel of this background looks like kind of Earth Aztec. So I guess we're adding some new stuff into the Pre-Eternia lore. So let's open them up. Alright, so because we know absolutely nothing about this character, why don't we go ahead and take a look at his mini-comic. It is called The Shadow of the Wolf, and it's drawn again by that same artist I'm not a big fan of. Looks like he's high up. I'm not sure what the hell he's on. It looks like he's supposed to be on some kind of cliff, but that looks like that's supposed to be Viper Tower. And then, of course, we have Sharella on the Turbodactyl and the Great Black Wizard behind him. Her, him, them, whatever. Escape. Against the storm-swept night, the unlikeliest plot unfolds. On the outskirts of the Ebon Fortress, citadel of the Great Black Wizard. Find the peasant Fail, and I shall make a rug of you. Woof, woof, woof. His name is Elias. He was once Wolf Master of his village, before it was destroyed by the evil Technomancer. The Dark Tyrant commanded him to be the overseer of his dogs of war, but Elias refused. As punishment, he was disfigured and imprisoned. Now the very wolves he trained are used to maul him as he attempts to break free. Red Shadow! But of all the pack, one remained loyal. If dogs man's best friend, then may you be united forever. Wow, looks like they f***ed up this one, didn't they? If he's being combined with one of the dogs here, then what the hell is he doing up there in that form? You know what I mean? Exiled in his new form, Red Shadow escaped back to the forest and beheld what the evil mage had wrought. Oh! The wolves of the forest viewed Red Shadow as an abomination. Their leaders sought to destroy him and met a bitter defeat. Red Shadow became de facto leader of the pack. Oh god, I hate this artwork so much. With wolf instincts merged with the know-how of man, Red Shadow brought his pack great things, including the gift of fire. And though he was freer than any could ever dream to be, something was missing. Purpose. Finally, fate stepped in, changing his trajectory forever. Sharella, brave she-warrior, captured Red Shadow and all his wolflings. So he struck a bargain. Let my pack go. Spare them, and I shall serve you as a loyal warrior. The tribesmen urged Sharella to be merciless. Now is our chance. Annihilate the wolf clan once and for all. Yet intuition stirred within the warrioress, a wisdom far beyond her years. Why have adversaries when we can have allies? Cut loose the wolves. Discovering that both were sworn enemies of the Great Black Wizard, they made a pact to topple the Dark Overlord. I am Skytree, soul of the forest, eldest elder of the land, and your alliance is most welcome, for fate has chosen you to fight for good. Little do they realize that the tree on which the wolves were captured was observing them all along. A great evil plagues Preternia, one that you must destroy. If the Texomancer prevails in seizing Grayskull and the three towers, the light of our world will be extinguished forever. Though if you prevail, a new age shall be born where good reigns supreme, and power shall be seized by those most fit to wield it. Well, that's a future worth fighting for. Hero! Arriving from a long journey, a search party has arrived. That is terrible wording. Sharella, good to see you. Meet my mentor Eldor and our green friend Mossman. So, an alliance has been forged to counter my reign. Masters, prepare for the coming conflict. Meanwhile, as the forces of good convene, so too do the forces of evil. Snake Men, make haste. Let us dispatch this putrid party. Onward, Preternia is ours for the taking. Ha 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 ha! Let the ultimate battle between good and evil begin. Well, that comic tells us a little bit, I guess, but not really anything all too amazing. So let's take a look at this guy's head sculpt. I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't look good, but it's not bad either. It doesn't feel right to me overall. Oh shit, there's one of those little plastic things stuck in his elbow still. But I don't know, what do you guys think? This feels like another attempt at doing like a wolf head that just kind of failed. You know what I mean? He does have this little neck piece here, which is just supposed to give him a little bit more of a furry look to his neck, obviously. And just the way it sits doesn't look good either, in my opinion. I'm going to say I'm very glad I did not buy this guy at full price. You know what I mean? Otherwise, this guy is almost entirely a Beastman body from Origins. I mean, the feet, I believe, are new. And so are the little boot, the boot tops here. But other than that, everything else looks like it's straight Beastman / Stratos. And to make up for just that reuse, we get a lot of accessories here. First off, we get a little, like, I would say a stone dagger. It's too bad they didn't actually bother to paint the handle, which is funny because they painted everything else. Luckily, if we can do it, it does fit in the little pouch there. This would have been nice to come with like the 2000X Mossman, but they didn't do that either. He does come with the 2000X Mossman's club, which, much like when he came with it, this thing sucks. So I don't know why you even bother. And then he comes with a spear, which makes me think we're going to get a Savage He-Man at some point, because this would work for him. And of course, we get his mask, which I guess this means that the Iron Mask, when he was merged with the wolf, also changed its shape to fit his new face. Which also does not look particularly good. Articulation-wise, of course, the head is on a ball joint and can move around side to side. The mask falls off. His little neck beard also moves around quite thoroughly. So that's kind of ugly. You know, and they did this for him. They could have given us the little feathered one for the naked Stratos, but they didn't do that either. That being said, arm hinges up and down. Spins around as per normal with Masters of the Universe Origins. We have a single hinge at the elbow here. Spin at the wrist. In and out articulation on this side. In and out on the other side. 360 spin at the waist. We can kick forward about that far. And we can kick back about that far. We can bend at the knee. We can also have him do a high kick. Hi-ya! We can squeeze his legs back together. Spin at the boot joint. Hinge at the foot and a little bit of a spin there. So honestly, with that mask, I thought he was supposed to be some kind of an ape creature, not a wolf creature originally. So I can't say much on that. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that head sculpt. I feel like it kind of failed to give the impression it was supposed to give when you get right down to it. And the furry neck beard thing is just kind of off-putting. Ultimately, if you waited on this figure, you're not missing anything. I believe you can still get him. He'll probably be on sale again, and then that would be a good time to get him along with other stuff so you can also save on shipping. But he definitely was not a figure that is particularly important. And the story in the comic, it's okay. They obviously screwed up a few things with it though, you know, when you get right down to it. And while, again, I don't really care much for that artist, there are some panels that were nice. I mean, we got a good look at Tila's butt and Sharella's cleavage, so there's that. But again, this just isn't one of those figures where I think you really need to get it for your collection if you don't want it. You know what I mean? I've been more of a completist, and I'm still trying to get my hands on that 2-pack of Prince Adam from the DC Comics and He-Man. So if you're a completist, yeah, sure, get this guy to go with your Powers of Grayskull figures. If you're not a completist, I wouldn't bother, honestly. That's kind of how I feel on this, but why don't you guys let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, please feel free to club that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. Maybe throw a spear at that notification bell. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.